Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers third-party video. In today's review we're taking a look at the Unique Toys take on Dark of the Moon Megatron. This is brought to you by the team over at Shozy. It's ages 15 and up. Got Megatron on the front there. We've got Desperado on the side. Nothing really on the back, just those choking hazards and warnings. A little bit of a truck picture on top there. Let's crack it open. And here we have him out of his styrofoam prison. His hand is separate in the box. We also get a couple of little extra accessories. These are the little repair spiders. You can pop those off and repair his head. Get two of those. You get the Doctor. Little crazy scientist dude. With a small attached hair. There we go. You get two of these die-cast wing mirrors, kind of looking very rusty. And then we get these chains. Now, I've been watching a few reviews of this guy, and their chains seem a lot longer than mine. You get 4 chains in total, and you kind of wrap them around. There's nothing in the instructions telling you actually how to put them on, so I've kind of just guesstimated my way through it, but it does look good. I've got his shotgun on the back, and I've got his cloak, which is done up through a piece of Velcro, and we get the collector's cards and a collector's card. He is gorgeous, and just taking a nice 360 look at him on the turntable. This is by far so much better than the Alien Attack one. For starters, I'm not scared it's going to fall apart on me. I definitely haven't got that cloak right there. I don't know what I've done, but you know, he looks funky. I think I might even have it inside out. I'm not entirely sure, but it's just more of a drape than anything else, isn't it? To kind of slide over there. He's got his shotgun harnessed at the back there. Really nice paint scheme. I'm glad they actually painted him up. Some of the earlier prototypes had him very pristine and very clean. I was like, oh, please make sure you paint him up. And they have given him a really gorgeous weathered look, very similar to his 3A/30 counterpart, albeit this one, through the magic of Unique Toys' transforming wizards, does in fact transform up into his truck form. But that is a sensational looking bot, isn't it? Probably the best bot mode by far out of Unique Toys' kind of masterpiece MPM size figures. Oh, absolutely sensational. To give you an idea of his scale, here he is with the oversized Sentinel figure and the oversized MPM Starscream. So he is a big bot. I think possibly, I don't know, maybe a little bit too small to go with these oversized figures. But then again, he absolutely towers over the likes of MPM Prime. Definitely not meant to scale with him in my opinion. Definitely more in keeping with the 3.0 and the Wei Zhang take on Prime, which is basically the same size as that 3.0 one. You know, that looks absolutely sublime, doesn't it? And there he is with Alien Attack Megatron. Ain't no way I'm going to transform that thing back to robot mode. Just look at the attention to detail on that head. That is absolutely superb. You can get LEDs for the eyes as well. Just looks fabulous. Look at all of that paintwork. Truly incredible feat. these hands and the legs. So much going on there. Gun wise, it tabs in on both hands using these square pegs on his kind of normal hand, and then we come round to his strong hand and just pegs in using the circle tab on the back here, so you can peg that in to there. Oh, just love the sculpt. There is two variations of this figure. There's a kind of really clean, non-battered up version as well. It just doesn't have the same effect to me. This one's more what I associate with Megatron, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm going to remove his cloak just so we can see the articulation. The head can look up and down. It slides on that pivot as well. Can go left and we can go right. Shoulders on a ratchet. They do, as several people in the group chat have pointed out, come untabbed. Relatively easy though. There is a joint that holds these in together. So there's a pivot on this joint, and all that clips the shoulder ball socket in is this panel here. And it goes up with it, but there's definitely some hindrance on there. We get a double jointed bend on these elbows. There is a waist rotation as well as an abdominal crunch as well, which was a very welcome joint with the hip skirts on there. We have legs that can come on this far forwards. Again, hindrance, lots of hindrance on pretty much all of these joints. Things have to kind of move. So much going on in there, but really is a lot of things in the way. Back of the legs can really kind of bend nicely. You got a double jointed bend on those knees. Again, a lot going on. Coming down to the feet, we've got up and down on ratchets. Got some left and right, side to side. Toes can come up individually as well as pinch together, and we have some motion that moves. I mean, everything sits under here really nicely, and it really does kind of tidy up the feet. But at the same time, is there too much going on? I think Unique Toys are magicians anyway. I think you can't argue that they make the transformation look magical. Everything kind of gets really well hidden, but this guy especially, in my opinion, that articulation has suffered because of it. Transformation wise, if we start with the hip skirts, bring these thighs up, and this section here is going to rotate outwards like so, and this is going to come in like this, and we've got the tire kind of sitting underneath that leg there. Do this with both legs. Back leg pegs are going to untab and rotate around to the side. Spring-loaded hinge lifts up, allowing this piece here to also come up to the front. We can now grab this section here, and this is going to, he says, come on, up you come. There, that's come away, and gripping this piece here, this is going to lift, and this is going to fold up, and you can see here we've actually got side markings, etc. of the side of Megatron's truck. That was really hidden away nicely in there, wasn't it? So do that for both sides. Slide these smokestacks all the way through, all the way up. So come to the top there. This can then slide down behind. There we go. It's going to slide in, form the back of those stacks. The foot turns in slightly, allowing for the wheel to come around. This is going to come around to the back, like so, and then this keeps rocking around, so the wheel is behind like so. Push this section down out of the way, lift up this spring loaded piece on the side, just so we've got some room to work with. And this is basically going to swivel around through this void. There we go. Swivel around through this void, and there is a tab and a latch on the back there. That should just slide in, and it's basically flipped the wheels around to the other side. You see these are going to untab as well. Starting to get there, isn't it? Starting to get there. Untab. This side, make sure the toes are rotated so these are flat. This is going to come down and go in behind, and there's a small latch there for that to tab into. This is going to come down, this will come up and over like so. And if you look here, I've bent this at a right angle so it sits in behind this knee joint here. Get this little hinge here, spinneroonie, so that it will slide backwards, and these just tab in here. Slowly getting there, aren't we? We are slowly getting there. Starting to look a lot more truck-like. Doors are going to open up. You've got the wing mirrors attached to the side of the doors. That's going to come down. We can bring that back out in a second. This is going to open up like so and lift. And come on, you can lift from this side. There we go. That's going to slide down, tab in to this void here. There's a tab underneath here which comes down. This lifts up and rotates. Come on, all the way around like so. Comes down, sits the other side of the door, and there is a square hinge just here which allows this to push and tab in. Let's make sure that this is all nice and square as where it should be. There we go, there we go. Oh, there you go. Starting to come together. The biggest issue with this is basically keeping everything in place. So you want to rotate the thighs around so that these are now pointing to the front, and then keeping everything out of the way, you want to rotate the lower legs so that the truck is now facing down like so. This piece here, come up. See, these are going to slide in to one another and tally up. If you go around this side, we've got this panel here. That's going to come down and come down. And if you see here, you've got this peg here, which allows the two parts of the thighs to push and tab into one another. So just slide those in. This comes down into the center, and these are going to lift up and over, so they'll tab in like this. And there for now. We then want to push these thighs in as tight as we can get them, because there is a small tab on here. See that inside there, which this is all going to push, tab and secure into position. Make sure that this piece is tabbed inside the roof. Like so. Then push, nip and tab those in. There's a couple of tabs here. There's one at the front here. And if you look, we can now bring those tyre pieces in, and those are going to push and locate onto this back panel with his chains and gun pouch removed. We can lift this section up, bring these in, and bring that back. This section comes up. This section here comes up. If you do the little switcheroony, this chest piece comes away. Make sure that's unhooked from both sides. Come on, off you come. What are you hanging on to? Come on. There we go. Oh, that were a bit stiff. These sections gonna fold in and gonna fold in. This comes up, this comes up, and this is going to open like so. Look at that, it's all magically folded in there together. That's incredible how they do that, isn't it? There's also a little extension just on the end here, which brings this section all the way out like so. This piece here untabs, and there's a latch here. This is basically going to rock over and latch and push down on here like that, and then just come to the underside, and these are going to come up, and this is going to rock up and over, up and over, which will allow that to then drop down, and that's now going to sit squarely on top of the section with the head. That really tidies up nicely. Can now bring in those pieces from the side of the arms, and they're going to come in. In you go. There we go, that's in. That's in. And there's a small tab just behind here on either side, so you need to push those in to this back part of the truck. This back section is going to come and fold underneath. Come down you go. There we go. These are going to come out, and these are going to come in. This comes out, this comes in. This comes up, this one comes up, and they are brought up to meet in the middle. Bring these back shoulders down. This section is going to untab, and these slot in so that we bring this down. Like so, and around. These are going to come down. This section comes up. This is going to flip, and there's a tab on the underside here, just here. So that needs to tab in. Oh, there we go. That's in. These are going to untab. And untab. Okay, that comes up. It's going to come out. This comes out, this comes down like so, this then comes around, fold out these hands so that they're flat. Then tab this piece in here. There's another tab here, and a couple of others along the way there, and they're all kind of pegged in now, including these little bits here which latch in to the back, and then this should set up like so. And here it is, fully transformed up. What a gorgeous looking truck. That's what we have on the underside. Look at that. That is a truly magnificent paint job. And here they both are together, Unique Toys and Alien Attack. Again, I'm not sure how the cloth goes on with Unique Toys, but both very imposing figures. I just think Unique Toys have done it better. It's an absolutely stunning piece. It holds together really well. Transformation is not overly complex, it's just difficult to get on film because there's a lot of kind of magic forming going on. But all in all, it's a really good, solid truck mode. And the bot mode, I'm a huge fan. Absolutely adore it. I don't have any of the vehicle formers to hand, as I'm getting everything packed up for TF Nation, as previously mentioned. But this is a really good size. I don't think fans are going to be disappointed. I think some are struggling with the shoulders, and the transformation's not as enjoyable as, say, the likes of Lockdown. But still, for a figure of this size, it's by far my favourite version of Megatron on the market, and he is absolutely sublime. Huge big thank you to Shozy for making this review possible. Sorry it's quite a lengthy one. I hope you've all found it very useful. If you have, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, share, and of course subscribe. And until next time, for myself and the rest of the Collectables household, thank you all so much for watching. Goodbye.